himself. Oh, shots over.
Crazy.
While literally going animalistic. The Lanimal.
That top side of the concrete, and he will be solid. Finds the first initial knock over towards Silas. Will flush him out. Looks for more on the drop down. Gets two.
But it's not enough. His vision pulling it off. Can they do it?
You can wave at them as they do it.
Okay.
There they go.
And it's also Nongshim Red Force over on Ruins who have lost a player to AxTmg, who are now spread around on Tambang. They find an outpost, a really nice pickup. As we do hop in though to the scrap. This is longer than 10 seconds. I'm getting word that 1 minute and 47 is bigger than 10.
Paradise, and now focus, at least right now, on the solo of Kinotrope.
It feels like the play there for Kinotrope was that they knew there was a hot drop over in Paradise Resort yesterday. They wanted to try and poke their noses in, maybe set themselves up for a third party. Unfortunately, Yangon Galacticos, they actually just decide to fully disengage. A nice adaptation coming through from them. An early drop, grab a couple of weapons if you can, move on south. So Kinotrope, their outpost, that gets spotted, and instead they are the focus of the pickup, and that point goes to Yangon Galacticos. In the meantime, this AxTmg Nongshim Red Force fight that has been spread around, not inside the ruins this time, seems to be going fairly poorly for both sides.
That's right. Yeah, AxTmg got that first knock and full finish. And Nongshim Red Force, they lose one, but Red Force has fought back and managed to take down one from AxTmg. They nearly get a second, and AxTmg says, well, we're dipping out, we're trying to leave, but they actually have to park the bus a little bit. We do have a straggler. Devotee, I believe, is going to be on the hilltop just up to the left, and there he is. And Benny might be the next potential victim if he doesn't have any awareness that Devotee is just above him. And you do got some Noxious Red Force around, so it would be a big challenge. But for Benny, he's holding his ground.
Yeah, they know he's there. They know exactly what wall he's playing on. Drawing attention, burning Benny low as well. Another Molotov forced on through, but still Devotee not going to take the shot. Instead, he's going to leave it all up to Ryan, and it's going to work out. Another knock over towards TZ, up on the hillside as well. Leaves them playing as one, and Nongshim Red Force start out slowly. AxTmg gathering some pace.
Yeah, they had a great day one, right? 48 points. They finish up in the top 5, but there's no guarantee come game 6 that they're still going to be there with everybody gunning for a qualifying position into the finals. For Nongshim Red Force, not the start they needed, and also for Kinotrope, not the start that they wanted. They lost a solo early on to Yangon Galacticos, and well, it seems as if Yangon Galacticos was able to pull off the hat trick, picking up all 4 Kinotrope out the first team.
Trying to rotate down south, trying to get a little bit fresh and try and third party that Paradise Resort play. Yangon Galacticos are ready for it. So it's not just R8 who were looking at adaptations there. It was Yangon Galacticos as well. A really prescient distiller of supplies that Kinotrope were able to loot through as well. So even though they had a little bit of a low time looting phase in the south side of Paradise Resort, they were able to pick up a lot because they've been able to leapfrog that one through. As we take a look at the replay, this is how Nongshim Red Force lost a lot of their players. Influence, Rage as well, trying to break out of boot camp. Looks like they've moved into the hillside successfully.
Yeah, and AxTmg is most likely going to want to get the final player, Ziz, who's going to be just on the opposite side. Because hold on, slow down. I don't think they're bad whatsoever, but something is just not clicking, and I sincerely don't know what it is.
Well, POWR seem to have found it. They are going to mount up for an approach towards AxTmg's players who are starting to flag. I think it's just Devotee left. There's nade pouring in on his rock, and it looks like they know exactly where he is. A slow approach from POWR onto this circle. I said that they could be the wild card here on the southwestern side, but they have played it sensibly. They've lost one player in this fight, but they have managed to rack up a point. They're looking to clear out slowly and methodically. E-Arena, I'm worried about what they could do to this one, though. You can see them start to poke their noses in from the east edge. You've also got Influence Rage, who have gone 2-2 on the western side.
Yeah, Influence Rage is going to be me. I think that's going to be the team to try and maybe third party this truly from Team POWR's perspective. But you do mention E-Arena, and Joker is relatively close. So
Fear puts the nade in, and that could be terminal for them. A last player to stand, a damage lick sent back towards him, but there is just no way that he's going to be able to pick this one up. Unfortunately, the first aid actually coming through. HORAA, okay, they're slowing down. That cut across from the arena doing a lot of work as the Falcons get taken down in the meantime.
I don't mind the slowdown. Only one more player to remember from Gamex, and I do hope they do remember. We have seen solo solos wreak havoc on rosters who are even 4 stacks. We witnessed it yesterday with Catch. We can witness it once again here. E-Arena starting to take down Influence Rage. The solo from Gamex getting active onto HORAA. Jiggle's going to be down. Luckily, they recover. They take him out. The question is, will HORAA have to fight at it with 3? Yes, they will. A full elimination law. He'll go ahead and die to the blue zone. We're down to our top 3 at the moment. And a great start for Fireflux, who started the day in first place, looking to take game 1, but Sleepy has other plans.
He wants to go a little bit further on this one. Just about darts out of the blue in time to prevent himself from getting knocked. Fireflux back up now. They will be getting to 3, so it is 3 players alive on all of our remaining squads. The circle shifting away. A lovely angle Mormon has. So does No Fear over towards Fireflux. And it is really trading off that aggro. HORAA, they do lose 1 to a knock, and E-Arena should have this on lockdown as 2 players now sit right on the back to the blue for HORAA.
E-Arena could jump all the way up into top 5. Has no choice but to use the natural terrain, aka the rocks, and just kind of bunny hop between them. Mormon, who's been the linchpin for this roster, he has been so very impressive, not only in group stages, but also the survival side of things. Sakura taking some damage. Mormon starting to push up, but no drama here. E-Arena takes game.
They've gone down to HORAA, if I'm not mistaken, over by Yasnaya on a vehicle hot drop there. Our only casualty so far. Ooh, maybe a little bit more as well. And POWR drop one out. Evo T tries to give him the runaround. He says, oh, I'm going to dodge this vehicle. They can't get through the rock. And he's like, yeah, but I've got a gun, mate.
The hovercraft has been blown up, and Romeo can still use this coverage, and he's putting in great work, peppering the members of IG just up ahead. No one's going to be penetrated. No one's going to be able to shoot Romeo in his current spot. So IG, that's 1 less member they're unfortunately not going to be able to fire upon. Dismantle the hopes and dreams of E-Arena from taking a victory. And the shots are fired, and Mormon is down.
Scarface catches the backline for E-Arena, and he's looking for more. He's looking healthy. He got a helmet refresh there. A fresh level 2 over onto Scarface. He knows Never Alone's down the hill, and he jumps straight into Vision. Now in a 2 versus 2, though, Vision can do a little bit more. They've got a little bit more firepower here. No up on the face. Oh, he turns his attention away just at the wrong time, but a nade from the sidelines keeps him alive.
That's it. Team Vision desperately trying to fight, and they do get a knock. This could be a takeover attempt from Team Vision. Sakura firing shots, but it's not enough. Is Vision pulling it off? Can they do it? Or will Sakura lock it in for the back-to-back for Arena to start the day? And it will be Arena back-to-back victories on the day. They look as if they are poised to go to grand finals, and they want it.
Last time.
Oh yeah, it's going to be unoccupied. I don't mind them taking a leisurely pace to the compounds, throwing smoke, keeping your head on a swivel. You don't want to get caught by surprise. Let's face it, AlphaSeven has been non-stop caught by surprise, taken down one by one. So you can tell all those previous experiences weighing heavily in the back of their mind. AxTmg starts to move in. Ralph from Falcons wants to get these shots connected if he possibly can. You don't want AxTmg to be where they currently are. Falcons are looking to punish them.
Koa will be resible there. Navalo holding it down as well towards Yangon Galacticos. AxTmg not taking more casualties is a bit of a miracle, really, on this crossing, on this swing out to the northern side. They will be able to get these reses done as they were able to find that shot over towards Koa, which is really good news. Intense game do fall as well, and now AlphaSeven are up to 5 elims. Remember, this is all the Arena's fault. Their AlphaSeven are alive.
Well, Arena as well as, like I said, Noxium Red Force helping them out just a little bit. So you got 2 teams who unintentionally ended up helping AlphaSeven in their desperation attempt to make it to the grand finals. YG up ahead. Falcons starting to move up. Regnum Karya still within the chopsticks, as you mentioned, trying to continue this battle. They've been having to try and fight one fight up top, fight the fight down below. YG, though, also has to worry about Noxium Red Force, who's going to be just behind them, and Say Cloud has managed to make his way up. But Falcons, is it realistic that they can even leave this spot? Because as soon as they apex the top of this ravine, they're getting mowed down.
It's difficult, right? You need to be sure that you have a path forwards. Getting access to the buildings that Yangon Galacticos playing would be beautiful. AxTmg going down is actually a massive bonus for them as well, because it means that now they only have to worry about their western flank. They will no longer be overexposed when they go for these peaks.
To push up and take down the roster with the surprise attack. The nade is cooking. Falcons are pushing. They know where Loxy's at. Shotgun out, but no effect. Regnum Karya are out, and it will be Falcons continuing to push on.
They push push out of the end of the chopstick here. And Yangon Galacticos, I think they may be out of nades now. Not really too many more to play with. The nade bubbles in, but Smile's not up at the windowsill. Falcons have to push up, and they have to push now. Alpha 7 getting cut out by the blue zone. Koa first up into the meat grinder, and Yangon Galacticos hold their nerve. They draw back and back and back, and every single step they take backwards, they find a player.
Moment, they continue to push up through the smokes. The nades are going to hurt. Say Cloud is going to be down. That's going to put Yangon Galacticos with just 2 members. Smile also gone. Is this a victory for Noxium Red Force to add up to the total where they currently stand? And yes, it will be. Noxium Red Force will take the victory. They dominate.
He said there's no real room to trade off with one another as well, with how fragmented Influence Rage was. And with the majority of the teams that are going down being top heavy in the standings, this is opening up opportunities for a squad like R8 to keep building from this one. So being able to at least find what they need in the moment, but Ida from the sideline gets hit by AX that are now pushing up onto it. Lorazin as well taking a face now with their attention turned. The bonnet of Arian, that's going to connect back onto R8.
Yeah, at least like that from AX, who decided to get involved on that. They saw the fighting happening. Fireflux have made their way over towards this western side and looking to sweep on through. Ketch already finding the first over towards Lorazin on the Molotov. Now looking for a little bit more here. They're continuing to rack up those points and see themselves further solidified over towards that first place spot. Currently running with 93 points to the 79 from E-Arena on this game. Max Judo finding Carrillo.
Wants to get the knock onto the low HP players, but the sideline shots, it's always AX. Right now, they're the ones popping up, finding prime opportunities to at least steal away a couple points here and there. The big dive in from Rafa's good. R8 are finished off because of it, but AX are still in position to make it even more uncomfortable. That's another knockback over. Rafa gets one before he falls.
I mean, AX has been doing great work from this north side, just watching down this way. They've been ever present, ever watching over towards them. Now Valo with a dangerous peek coming through here. Falcons do move up underneath Power, using them as almost bodyguards. This slight ridgeline that runs through it looks good. Romeo sends on over. We'll find one of the players from Alpha 7, but it's just a knock that's easily res back up again. And right now they claim a lot of space, but in comes the Falcons off the back of a knock as well. This looks not so great for Alpha 7.
Oh, you've got to be quick to handle this one. Up close and personal, Koa biting at them. He's able to find the first dive over the top as well. Follow-up shots coming through. Backstab from Ragnar as Power able to find some damage. Close range molly thrown in as well. Trying to commit onto those knock players, but they don't want to over-egg it. You've got Carrillo further up the ridge side.
No, what are you doing?
Looking to assist. The team nade thrown in. It's uncomfortable, and Koa is on his last legs because of it.
Man, Valo, what was that, dude? Now, this could be a nice bouncer coming through from Ralph, but he sends it too far over, and the crazy golf maneuver's not happening. Another airburst, and surprisingly, Alpha 7's managed to get their players back up again. There's a big one from Koa. Once again, this guy is just carrying the team.
Single-handedly, Koa is making the difference for the Falcons right now, through thick and thin, even when it's his own team, making it uncomfortable. They do at least dive in. All of the knocks confirmed. You've only got the one man up on the rich side for Alpha 7, looking to at least try and hold them back. But Falcons do win out on that one. They turn their attention round towards Power that are starting to rotate.
That's madness. Koa's basically in a 1v2 team situation there. Playing against his own teammates and Alpha 7. Unbelievable stuff. But what a nade. Very, very nice. I mean, Ralph at least opens up the way for the crazy golf maneuver off the back of the tree. Not quite a hole-in-one, but they'll take a bogey.
AX up close. Not going to be able to win out on that one. Versus intense game. Devotee goes down, but Power Esports have caught whiff of this. They're making the
catch him on the corner. At least has his position on lockdown now.
The choreography from Carrillo has to be absolutely perfect on this. Now Valor with a UMP, bait out shot on the corner, seeing if they're going to commit to the wide swing round. They've still got nades. That could be the difference. Al-Haji, though, realizing this is a prime-time opportunity to backstab onto the Falcons. He pulls up to the party, up close and personal. Carrillo goes down. Goodbye, Alpha 7, as Navallo makes the move. Nade in as well. Padrino from Intense Game starting to barrage bullets down. Al-Haji commits with a burst. Falcons blown away.
Big redemption coming through from Navallo there as well, and the Falcons will absolutely take that, which pushes them further up the tables now, which is very, very nice. It feels less desperate. going into our final 2 games. But POWR, we were talking about them earlier.
If they're able to close the gap, that's what they're setting up for. Attention from Silence onto Al-Haji. Tucks himself in behind the tree. Nade primed out, low on health for Dan. Able to at least get right where he needs to be. Put that DBS in lethal range. See if he can get this connection. Fragment the players. Intense game. Would be able to be shot from the sideline. Debating whether or not he wants to engage. Onto his teammate of Padrino, though, from further away. Battling over the top side. Ooh. Silence drops in. The shot fires out. Ears ringing for Fahiden. He tucks in. Running. Not ready. The backstab's there. He's able to grab one. Padrino with the response. It's good.
Al-Haji will find him, though. Padrino versus Al-Haji, and one more. Will be an incredible 1v2, but it's not going to be easy. Al-Haji up towards the rocks. And that's POWR. Take themselves a chicken dinner.
AX there, thrown into the battle versus Gamax, obviously sharing those close compounds for quite some time. You can see Nonshin Red Force as well, committing to find follow-ups onto Fire Flux. Whoa. Handling them easily. Solus was the first to fall. Follow-up onto Ketch, so both down and out. The team is removed, so the squad unable to accrue much more from that one. 4 elim game for them, bringing them up to 98 points overall, and the battle continues with Yangon Galacticos being cleaned up, split between 2 squads. AX as well. Really in position here where E-Arena are going to be looking to go from strength to strength, and this could give them some good momentum in the standings if they can find the playoff this one.
But E-Arena already on 3 elims playing on this eastern side. It's going to be a bit of a brutal rollout for them to get over towards AX, but they are hurting. They're definitely hurting. They've sent a bit of damage over their way. Looks like the resources are a little bit rough. Joker looking to send another nade over towards the top side there. Did find Ariane. A bit more damage poured in, and R8 looking to backstab on the eastern side. Regnum Kari's played a blinder on that ditch, by the way. That is some good knowledge of the map and where they wanted to go early. They held out Kinotrope when they tried to make a big crash over their way, and they have just been sitting pretty since.
It's worked out very well for them. A team that we know can offer so much in a lobby like this. Oh, and for AX, it's not only from the front with E-Arena casting out nades to course the backstab from R8, they now look to swoop in off the damage done with those nades landing right on target. Hopping out the vehicles. Joker further down. Belly on the ground as well to assist. Still nades in the back pockets thrown in. AX must be so uncomfortable. You are just pinned in here. Henry with the smoke at least trying to buy time as they get close. You've got the shotty to work with. The entire team just looking fragmented. It's only Henry that remains. Quick bandage to try and top himself up.
Yeah, there's the pump, which is not great for multiple targets at a time, especially when you've got no cover to hide around on that delay between the shots. Henry will just watch R8 move a little bit further forward here. This is a good game, though, for 9 through 12. Right, with Yangon Galacticos out and currently in 8th place. It's not a massive jump up that's required to challenge that position from Yangon Galacticos. Regnum Kaya would like for a big game here to confirm themselves further up and secure that position as we head over towards our last game. Mormon finds Henry, and Henry is found wanting.
With Henry going down, that's AX removed. And E-Arena hoovering up a lot of the points as well. Opportunities for further squads to move up, like you said. A bit more literally here. They already found 1 knock over towards the Falcons, and they just keep adding, piling onto this. Koa's down. Redox as well takes a hefty hit. They can convert onto those. Vinny goes in with a DBS, so for the Falcons, it's so rough.
That vehicle's going up 100%. He has to get out soon and find some kind of cover. He holds it, though. A little bit further forward. Don't wait for that thing to blow up, though. Just to get back. To blow it up himself. Can't really go too far back at risk. Opening up an angle. Vision, Marcelo holding off R8. Dropping the smokes in, give him a little bit more room to play around with. Nongshim Red Force, love the playstyle. Love the playstyle from them.
been able to sit pretty for so long as well inside of this compound, but the nade-in's good. Meanwhile, the Olympic keeps on going. HORAA losing so much to Regnum Karrier. Wow, they are on a heater right now, Blank.
Wild will go down, but Toshpik returns fire over towards Sleepy. HORAA, who has been such a criminal force on the north side, has been arrested by Regnum Karrier, and not only that, run down over towards Sleepy to add insult to injury. Regnum Karrier will be the lone team on the northwest side. It's E-Arena now versus Influence Rage, battling it out, currently in 10th place, trying to set themselves up for a late game, and they need this match here, Jackie.
It was a misplaced nade as well that resulted in some downtime inside of the fight. They had to get each other back up with E-Arena running into some danger close action. Joker looking to get up close and personal though with the shotty in hand, and Regnum Karrier realizing this is the opportunity to scout out. Silas moves into position whilst the fight continues, spams into the smoke. Lorizit gets one from the sideline. We say goodbye to Joker as they commit onto that. Mormon as well falls to Diego.
Regnum Karrier looking to shut this one down quick though. Little boy on that top side of the concrete, and he will be solid. Finds the first initial knock over towards Silas. Will flush him out. Looks for more on the drop down. Gets two. An Influence Rage up to 5 elims. If they can get the chicken dinner, it will be a massive, massive start to their run at the end of the day to potentially take over Yangon Galacticos. But will Regnum Karrier even care?
Lil Boy being the big man on that one. Makes all the right plays at the perfect time. Loxy with the rock face to work with, tucked in, looking for the elevated peak from the top. You can start to slow down the pace now. It was this is for either side. Influence Rage do not want to throw their opportunities away. Scout out from Loris in. Loxy locked on target. Clean connection shuts down one. Tospic baiting them out to face. Little Boy goes in for the fight.
The nade, the only thing to keep them in this one. One sent out, Little Boy extremely low, will be taken down. Diego on the backside, there's at least a nade to keep this one going. Wild walks up, and it will be an easy finish from the ditch. They were down low.
Onto that one, tries to finish him off and will do so valiantly. Still pushing over, but the nades come in. The Falcons get finished. Fahedon's the one to send them out as they fall, and POWR live to fight another day.
At 71 points there, Yangon Galacticos is furious going into this game. They have a real stalwart game so far. It's looking worrying. Fireflux move on top of AX, only losing Scarface, and it's an immediate removal from them. But what's terrifying for the Falcons is Yangon Galacticos are still going. Influence Rage with 4 players are in a prime position on that eastern side.
Really thrown into the wind, finished off entirely. Regnum Karrier still trapped in position.
And unfortunately, the boys from POWR will not overtake. A second place comes home, and looks like it's more and more likely to be Fireflux. Unless HORAA can have a massive turn up here. Influence Rage been taken down. Yangon still in the game.
Silas goes in for the heads-up call to try and do it himself. Oh, shots
This is
over.
crazy.
Wild, literally going
This is crazy.
animalistic. The Lanimal brings the claws out, rips his way through Influence Rage. And the sideline shots continue. HORAA battling back onto it as well.
And Yangon might just have survived long enough. HORAA up at 3, looking to challenge for first place, but out of nowhere, in comes SayCloud.
SayCloud falls out, finished off by Sky. Regnum Karrier up against HORAA, the last 2 teams that remain on this one.
Silas, the only obstacle between HORAA and taking the first place home here at the PMWC survival stage.
It would have to be an unfathomable clutch. The 1v3 from Silas. Show us the style that he's made of. Jiggle looks for the move up. Sky with the
First play, first connection's clean, but he can't do more. Regnum Karia fall, and with that, HORAA Esports do exactly what they needed to.
An incredible performance from HORAA. We're going to have to tally up the total slightly later on with
Good day one for group stage, right? 2 wins, massive elimination counts, as well as massive games for them. But then after that, it was just nothing. It kind of just fizzled out.
Looking at the last 2 games, we said it.
I mean, yes, congratulations, Fireflux. You do end up getting the 2nd place here. POWR as well, but for overall, HORAA for me, Neptura is a winning team.
They are a winning team. I think we saw it in CSA. We saw less of it in group stage, a little bit of it here in survival stage until the very last match where, of course, they are going to be able to top the leaderboard here. They did keep up with appearances, though. I think like
9 points, unfortunately for them, that is not nice, as they have got themselves an elimination spot there for all of this. But the big name of the day to go out, Alpha 7 in 13th. Obviously, we've kind of addressed that, and we can move on from that. All these other teams, some teams were so close. It felt like R8 had moments and opportunities here to be able to get into that top.
Can I add it there?
The Sony, it's Sky.
Okay, I mean, hey, he was an MVP contender back in PMSL CSA.
So the bottom 8 teams उनका key destroy कर रहे हैं अभी.
Congratulations, gentlemen, from myself and from everyone. The whole
अच्छा HORAA ही destroy कर रही है.
amazing way to end out the survival
Top पे है
stage.
ना.
Now, you didn't just survive.
एक बटन से सब गिर जाएंगे keys अंदर, देखो guys.
Now, one of the things that you get to do.
Are you going to play something Crossman? No, bro. I'll leave now. Very late. खाना खा के निकल जाऊंगा मैं. आज यहीं पे खाना खा रहा हूँ मैं.
Showed it this week, so we're all really excited. And so I've got Jiggle. I'm ready to chomp up those keys. And now finally, no fear. I'm going to get you to press the button and send them home. And Sleepy, you can wave at them as they do it. There they go. See you later. And just like that, our 16 teams are locked in for the grand finals. 8 teams have now been sent packing. Well, 7.5, of course. But there you go. There's the 8th team. But the job is not done. We have a gauntlet of competitors waiting in the grand finals that's going to be happening this weekend. And they've all got their eyes on the prize.